I don't want to watch only games where we win, right? Because if I watch the games as we win, I kind of feel like, hey, I haven't watched the games that we lost. And I know they're out there. So in my mind, there's also games we lost. So I just make a compromise in my head. I'm like, I'm not going to watch anything. But, I got 2 daughters now. They both play basketball. And they're, at times they ask me, can you see some of the games? So I think the time will come where we'll watch and I'll point what we did and what I did. So.
Nachbar all the way! Nachbar from outside. Nachbar with the free throw. How about a third for Nachbar? He's got it! Boštjan Nachbar hits 3 in a row and feeling out here.
7 here in the third. Crawford is blocked by Moore. Nachbar releasing. Nachbar all the way! And a whistle.
Those are the most fun games, playing against the Knicks. I really felt that rivalry, and I'll be just honest, we were killing Knicks in those years. That was fun. It was fun. And this particular play, I think I got a technical foul for being overly aggressive after my dunk. I think referee thought I pushed Jared Jeffries, but that was my intention. I was just hyped, And one thing is when you talk about Vince, when he's getting double teamed, then it's kind of obvious that he has to look for an open man, that usually then the ball bounces around and maybe a third guy shoots it. But that wasn't the only part of Vince's game when he was passing. Like, he also saw when there was a disadvantage, where there was a mismatch, if there was a fast break, he would give it up.
Nachbar releasing. Nachbar all the way!
People remember him as this highlight machine of scoring like crazy. But those were the plays actually that sometimes changed the game, because focus was so much on him and he would give it up in the right moment and get other players involved. He knew that he needs other teammates to do their part as well for him to be successful. That is an underrated part of his game.
This is a play to get excited about. Turnover. Fantastic. Coaches like that. 4 seconds, the difference, game and shot clock. Let's see what the Nets go to out of the timeout. Carter's been very quiet in the half. Kid slapped it to Nachbar. Nachbar breaking the over.
Toronto series, I think we were 6th seed, they were 3rd seed, so they were supposed to win. They were the big up-and-coming team. And again, plays like this, it just shows that rotation of how the ball rotated around. We're slowing the game down, end of second quarter. Vince was really good in reading, like going especially to his right and then swinging it across, and Jason then recognizing, 2-on-1 situation, just basically tipping the ball. Like, a lot of times people ask me, like, how was it to play, with Vince and Jason, and I said, if that was difficult and, there's a lot of pressure and all this. Yeah, there's always some pressure, but it was probably the easiest time I had in my career to play with those guys, especially as a role player, because you just had to be at the right spots. Trying to find the right spots and the right timing was fundamental, and I found my role with the Nets doing that. Just always trying to be in spots where I knew that other team's rotation would fail. If you look at this play particularly, like how I cleared out the side, like we recognize that if I go from the right side to the corner, then Vince drives to his right hand, that's going to open up the other corner because the defense is going to obviously move in, right? So plays like that a casual fan would think, hey, it's just random. Not really, because throughout the game you see how the other defense plays and then you make these adjustments and that's how you get open. This play looks like nothing special, but you have, number one, great drive from Vince, recognizing that Jason's open, and then even better play by Jason, basically just tipping the ball like a volleyball pass, right? Like, I think the ball probably touched his hand less than half a second, right? He saw the play before it actually happened. I just did this. You guys made everything else happen, so.
Marcus Williams now, trusted with the offense. Nachbar from outside.
I always felt really good playing in ISO Center. A lot of people didn't like that arena because it was older and it was kind of out there. I really enjoyed playing there. And this was the year where I really felt the most comfortable and confident playing with those guys. That started with Jason being completely unselfish, and then you have 2 guys that are extremely talented. I mean, Vince obviously on a planet on his own, and RJ. And when those guys were willing to move the ball and they recognized that they're the focal point of the defense, especially in the playoffs, that's when things became even easier for us, role players.
Hit into Nachbar.
Boki Nachbar with a sweeping move to the bucket.
I recognize that other teams, especially in the playoffs, are going to obviously put a lot of focus on Vince, especially, that I'll have to be aggressive. So starting game one in this series, I remember I came out very aggressive. That was my mindset, like I have to be aggressive to help those guys have good games as well. Because I knew that if we as role players are slow and we don't bring the energy, the main guys are going to struggle. So, and that's what we did. That's what I tried to do.
Nachbar from outside.
And Jason Collins on the bench with 2 early fouls. Nachbar for 3, and he's got it. And here's Nachbar hot with 2 threes in a row. How about a third for Nachbar? He's got it. Boštjan Nachbar hits 3 in a row and feeling out here.
You know, definitely a difficult round for us because Cleveland team was very talented, and obviously LeBron and everybody else. This was probably one of the most difficult moments for me as a net because losing this series was it hurt because I thought we had a chance to win this team.
And Jason Kidd set him up for the perimeter shot. Net getting the rebound.
But it was still so fun. I mean, so many fun moments playing with those guys. You know, how the ball was moving. With those big 3 that we had, and Vince, you know, amazing scorer. Like if those guys felt that somebody got hot, like they will get you the ball. I don't remember any moments where if you were feeling the game, the ball wouldn't get to you.
How about a third for Nachbar? He's got it. Boštjan Nachbar hits 3 in a row.
You know, we played fast and we played small lineup, which back then was rare. It's one of those things, you know, like when you get it going, those guys, and especially Vince, because he drew so much attention, like he would just give up the ball and just say, just go for it, just go for it. And those were the moments that us as role players, you know, that's when we needed to contribute. Those were our moments. And it doesn't happen if you don't have trust from your main guys. I fully felt that as a 6th man on the team, you know, coming in, and I knew what was my role, and those guys knew it as well. That's why it was so fun.